Hello everyone and welcome! Oh my gosh, this is too cute! Look at how cute this is! Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolf Quest 3, where we are here with the Moonpack Legacy following Generation 3 Dark Moon heir, Basil! And I think Basil has just found a mate of his very own! The strongest of the 5 dispersal females who actually were roaming the area pushed away the other females and managed to go ahead and claim a little bit of time with Basil. They've already gone hunting together and hunted for a elk calf, so I'm pretty sure that these two are going to become mates. I'm pretty excited about that. She's really playful, but she also is willing and able to go ahead and do some fantastic hunting. And she seems to be very patient with the fact that even though Basil is so big, he's quite the honkin' chonker boy, he's actually very timid. And he doesn't want to have anything to do with other stranger wolves. And now that he has found his mate, he just wants to be able to have a happy pack together. He doesn't want to have to worry about like any stranger wolf battles. He just wants to have a nice, happy life with this beautiful new female that he's run into. So we'll try to go ahead and get their affinity all the way up. We might, oh, look at them! Why are they ridiculously adorable, you guys? Look at these two. They're literally just rolling around on the ground and creating the most adorable love story together. I really love this. I can't believe it. So I think that they're actually a great match for one another. Let's do a little more howling. We've still got tons of food to go ahead and enjoy. And she did take a few hits for us. She actually held the mother elk off of us while we went ahead and we got this elk calf that we just finished hunting. So I think now we're just gonna go and maybe do like a little bit of casual hunting and start working our way down to Lamar Valley so that we can work our way into the creek and go find our own spot to like make a happy little family soon. Pretty excited about that. So yeah, let's do this. We're just gonna start that direction, and then every now and then we'll howl and play to get our affinity up high enough. Maybe we'll find something to hunt again, and we can learn a little bit more about this amazing new wolf that we have stumbled upon. She seems perfect for Basil. Like, look at him. He can't even take his eyes off her. He's just so happy to be able to have a mate and not be alone anymore. He really doesn't work well as a lone wolf. We've discovered that through trial and error, and a lot of error. He's come close to death like 3 times just when he was all on his own. Alright. We'll do a little howl. And now I think what we just need to focus on is being able to impress her at this point. Yay, hearts! Okay. That's what we need to focus on. Being able to really impress her, make sure that we can get the affinity up high enough so that this can become a done deal. And Basil doesn't like, okay, yeah, the hair is in the different direction, so we won't bother with that. Basil really doesn't like rabbits. He ignores them, unlike his cousin Demeter, who wants a lifetime quest of becoming the first wolf in recent memory, at least, to hunt 100 rabbits all by herself. She's been doing surprisingly well on that, surprisingly quickly, too. And meanwhile, look at how confident this wolf is. She's so cool. And then we'll just stop every now and then and do a little bit of playing to make sure that they become more affectionate with one another. There we go. We'll roll around on the ground together. Who knows? Maybe anything nice and stinky they find that they could roll around in together, I think is perfect. Oh, look at her! Yay! I'm so relieved for him. Now we just really have to prove that we'd be a good match. It sounds like the elk are bugling along with us. And maybe do another hunt to kind of seal the deal. There we go! Yes! This wolf is impressed with your strength and hunting skills and is willing to be your mate. Do you want to become their mate? Yes, we do! So there we go, you guys! We have impressed her enough. Basil has been able to convince her to become his mate. And now I would like to welcome Catalina into the Moonpack family. We found a mate! Yes! Okay, so we're actually going to go ahead and we are going to work our way over Oh, she's happy to be our mate too. Oh, that makes me happy. We've done it! We're gonna work our way over to the creek where they can go ahead and start picking out a den spot. Hopefully a den where we have some good memories of being a pup, and a den that's far away from the stranger wolves that actually Basil wants to stay completely away from. But this is wonderful, so I would like you guys to welcome to the moon pack Catalina. And Catalina is actually named after a Halley type of comet that is out there somewhere in the sky. Halley type comets happen to circle the Earth in big, gigantic loops. They're caught up in gravitational fields here in our little solar system, and they swing by sometimes as very near misses of catastrophic proportion. But the Halley-type comets are the ones that you can look forward to seeing again in the future. You can put like a little mark on your calendar that you're going to see this comet zip by, if not in your lifetime, then maybe in your great-great-grandkid's lifetime or something like that, which I think is really cool. But because Catalina actually stepped out of the dark of the night with the stars shining overhead and then the glistening of the rain, I thought that would be a really good name for her. And she also has a lot more strength and power than I was originally thinking. I was originally going to name Basil's mate something like Squirrel or Chipmunk, because those are really cute names, and we might actually name his kids after those things. But I just feel like she brings an element of kind of silvery strength and power to the pack that represented more like the idea of a comet. So, since she stepped out of the starry sky, that is why we have given her the name of Catalina, after a Halley-type comet. And I have no idea where Catalina the comet is right now, or when it will zip by Earth so that we could see it again, but I'll try to look that up as well. And Catalina's mate quest, so her heart quest that we could fulfill if we would like to go ahead and actually make her super happy and get extra points to be able to give Basil even more reputation to look forward to in the future, is that she actually wants to den on mountaintops. So she doesn't want to be like down in meadows. She wants to have a den with some rocks, hopefully preferably on a mountaintop, but she wants to have 3 cave type dens. So we need to find 3 dens that happen to be hopefully higher up, but if they're not, she can kind of deal with that a little bit. But 3 dens that are surrounded by rocks, like in a cave. So that's her challenge, and that means that we would have to move our pups 3 times, or at least 2 times if we find one den that happens to be like a good set of rocks, in order to go ahead and complete that. So that'd be kind of easy potentially, or it could be really hard. So we're gonna have to hopefully find some good new spots to be able to go ahead and den. And that might be a little hard, especially if Basil is going to more or less try to avoid most confrontations with stranger wolves. And if one area tends to have, like, he doesn't like having to walk around in other wolves' territories. And if one area happens to have more territory, or like more stranger wolves roaming it than another, he's more likely to go ahead and try to move his territory elsewhere. So we'll just have to see how that works out for him. But I'm really excited. So rock type dens, hopefully mountaintops. Catalina just loves being high up on the mountains, and feeding our pups as much food as possible so Basil can maybe get a few pups who are about 22 pounds by the time we are done. We'll have to see how that all turns out. And if you guys have some really fun names that we could possibly go ahead and give to these two and their pups, and Catalina is letting out a howl to celebrate that we're like getting closer and closer to the edge of Lamar Valley, then do please consider leaving those down in the comments, because that's going to be really fun. All right, but let's go ahead and let's get them over to the creek. Let's do this. It's time to find a den. And right away, we end up finding something that just makes Basil drool with hunger. Look at all of these bison! Okay, that would probably be like asking for a broken rib to go ahead and bite on these guys, but I wonder. All right, let's get away, let's get away, let's get away. All right, we'll go ahead and leave them alone. We don't want to fight those guys. They are way too tough. Oh my gosh, and they definitely would mess with us. Look at them. Look at them. They're giving us a little bit of a warning that if we try that nonsense again, they're going to absolutely yeet Basil and his new mate. Hello, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get Catalina out of here. Even though Basil really wants to try chomping on them, he does not want to put his new mate at risk. So let's get moving. But all right, so time has passed, my friends, and it is now time for us to mark out our very own territory. And for Basil, that means starting to return to some of his traditional family land. We're actually going to aim for the terraces and Elk Tongue Overlook. So Wanderer's Point tends to be what we consider the traditional Moon Pack territory. Mostly the Dark Pack tends to stay over there. So we're gonna like try to take over kind of the area from Wanderer's Point, the terraces, and Elk Tongue Overlook, and maybe a bit of Second Meadow, because Catalina does like being up high in the mountains, and because Basil does find a lot of comfort in being somewhere that's a little bit familiar to him, which really would be kind of like the territory his mother used to really strictly establish. And this is indeed dangerous territory. I know, we're not going to stay here. Just Basil's a cautious boy, and he doesn't mind erasing a few scent markers here and there. All right, we'll get out of their territory in a minute. Mule deer are nearby. We might do a little hunt. Basil's tummy is a little empty, and he absolutely hates that. All right. And we're actually going to claim, even though we're not going to keep, every bit of territory we can on our way up to the northeast, where we will go ahead and settle in, hopefully find lots and lots of wonderful dens just waiting for us on that mountainside. We haven't really adventured very far into that area, so I like that Catalina is giving us an excuse and this encouragement to go ahead and kind of nose around and just see what's down here, what's up there. And I'm excited to go ahead and get them some space to settle in. And I really hope that they have a less dramatic and less spooky experience being able to establish themselves down here than what's been going on with Demeter. I'm so worried about what has been going on with Demeter. It's just been terrifying. There's moose. Basil would also like to chew those moose. There's more bison. He would like to chew those bison. I think his stomach is really going to start getting the most of him. And he's going to be daydreaming quite a bit about like what he could be eating. He is our chonker boy, and he does get hungry very quickly. Rabbits are not enough to tempt him, but as we wiggle our way over, he might be tempted by some of the food that's over here. Okay, this is Junction Butte territory, but so we'll probably come this way. Oh, look, there's some deer. Perfect. We just need to get to the other side of the river. Thankfully, it seems a little bit small on the side, and we needed to get across anyway. All right, hang in there, you two. I know it's probably freezing cold, but it'll be worth it. All right, let's go. Food! All right, he's not going to turn down this meal. Even if it's not as big as he would normally want to eat, and even if it's not a bison, I could see Basil totally like closing his eyes and just being like, oh, I'll just pretend it's a bison. Oh, and she was already a little weakened, maybe from having swum across the river. Good, good, good. And Catalina is helping out. Yes! These two are doing pretty good together. I'm really impressed. Woo, Catalina just got yeeted. All right, there we go. With two of them on the hunt. We'll back up just a little bit. Oh, look at them! I feel like this pair are doing very well for themselves. Yay! Look at that! Just like that, we've already been able to take out some dinner. Basil really did need to go ahead and have some help with that. And their relationship deepens. The crows are happy to see them. Catalina's happy to be up on a bit of a rise where she can see the surrounding rock sides and maybe dream about where she wants to raise the pups that she is carrying. Basil's gonna basically eat this entire mule deer. He has a huge appetite. You really don't want to underestimate this boy's appetite. Like, he's gonna eat this whole thing. More or less. Alright, anything else? Alright, his stomach is finally full. There we go. But all right, guys, with the snow beginning to fall and with Basil so happy that we have gone ahead and we have left behind, far behind, ourselves that very contested territory that we were bouncing around, hopefully we will be able to find these two a home far, far away from any other stranger wolves and the perfect place of their dreams to raise their family. So if you guys could, do please leave a like for Basil and for Catalina. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. There's a new right in. Oh, so exciting. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.